Today we're going to be talking about the SWAT Game Pass inside of ERLC. Yes, the most popular and the most expensive Game Pass that you can buy in ERLC needs updating, and I'm going to talk about why and what could be updated on it. So drop a like, subscribe if you enjoy, let me know your thoughts in the comments, and let's get straight into it. So I guess we'll start off already with me being in the SWAT Bearcat. Now this is the latest thing to get updated, and I think this is fine. I don't actually think this needs too much of an update. This SWAT Bearcat is fine. It has a lovely interior, although kind of low quality. It is still good, it does the job, and the model is obviously very nice, and for what it's used for and the role plays, it is incredible. Despite it being very slow, I cannot complain. I think it is really good. However, what I can complain about is the SWAT uniform and gear. So let me just equip everything that we have quickly, and this is about it. We'll talk about the vest and the clothing in just a minute, but let's talk about the helmet first of all. So up here we obviously have all the options that we can do. I'll just remove my hats for now. As we can see, we have a nice basic helmet. We can add a headset, we can add goggles, we can add a flashlight, we can add a face shield, and we can also add a face mask, or well, we can turn the flashlight on and off. Very nice indeed, but it's very outdated, and I'm not gonna lie, I can't really remember the last time I saw a SWAT member actually wearing this gear in an ERLC private server. In public servers, of course, a lot of people wear it because they buy the Game Pass, but in a private server I always see people wearing UGC items. There are so many incredible UGC SWAT items that in my opinion are much higher quality, much better detailed, and you have to pay 750 Robux to access these in ERLC, so the ones on the UGC catalogue are much cheaper as well usually. Of course, the 750 Robux price that this Game Pass doesn't really count, and we can't really compare it to UGC items because you get the Game Pass that includes the SWAT truck and a few guns as well, but also this gear actually saves you as well. It can heal you and it gives you a bit more strength and a bit more health, so very good. Although I have just noticed that that's quite a big glitch. Your helmet gets deleted when you go in the driver's seat of the SWAT truck, and this is really scary, guys. I'm sorry if I've just gave you nightmares. But let's take a look on the catalogue real quick at some comparable items. So we'll start off by just searching in SWAT, and as you can see, all of this looks absolutely incredible. In fact, I think everything on here already looks better than the one we have in ERLC. Now, credit where credit is due, the one in ERLC was added before UGC was even a thing, I believe. When this was added to ERLC, UGC wasn't even a proper thing on Roblox, so we have to give them credit for that, although surely that's more of a reason for them to update it, because that just shows how long this has been in the game for. But just scrolling down here, we can see how much all of this is just really good for your realistic avatars. There's definitely a few strange things on here, of course, that's UGC for you, but even just something like this looks really incredible, and this is just 100 Robux. If you get a nice shirt and some nice bottoms as well to match with your SWAT vest that you buy for UGC, you can get it all for 110 Robux, and you can be really well kitted out. And you can obviously get loads of other stuff. You can get headsets, earpieces, you can get face masks, head shields, helmets, everything on UGC for literally less than 200 Robux quite easily, and there's obviously better ones that cost hundreds and even into the thousands, but for the basics you can get it for a couple of hundred Robux. So ERLC, I think, need to up their game with the SWAT uniforms. They really need to update it. But I think we've spoken enough about the SWAT outfit, so let's start talking about the accessories that you get, and also the guns. And quickly as well, this top here needs to be updated a little bit. You can see it's definitely low quality, definitely needs an update. I'm not sure what's happened there, but let's talk about the guns. So I think they could do with a gun update. There are obviously 3 guns that we get with the SWAT Game Pass. So we get a SWAT shotgun, a SWAT sniper, and a SWAT assault rifle, and then this one is for detective Game Pass, which is pretty cool. But this gun here, for example, the G36C, has been in the game for a long time. This was added when the SWAT Game Pass was first added many years ago, and I don't think it's had an update. Obviously the gun system has been updated since then, but I think this gun model has stayed pretty much the same, and it also doesn't really do too much more damage than the AK-47. They are about equal. I think the best gun on the SWAT Game Pass is the sniper. I mean, it's the only way you can counter a civilian sniper, which you get with the Big Guns Game Pass. And I do want to briefly mention there is a slight imbalance. You can get the Big Guns Game Pass for around 200 Robux, and that gives you access to a sniper as a criminal. But if you want a sniper as a police officer, you have to spend 750 Robux on the SWAT Game Pass. So, you know, there could be 4 people that have a civilian sniper for the price of 1 police officer having a police sniper. Slight imbalance there, but we move on. And we do move on to the accessories. So there isn't loads of accessories. All we have is the safety rope, and we have the, where is it? The battering ram and the ballistic shield. Now the ballistic shield is one of the newer additions, and it is very, very good. You can use a sidearm with it, and it also has a light, if I can remember what the, there we go. We can press H and it does like a little flashbang thing, which is pretty cool. On the shield, and you can also equip a sidearm as well. If you have a pistol, you can equip your pistol with this ballistic shield, and it does protect you. It does give you, I think, 50% more health, which is very, very useful, but it is really, really slow to move around with, so whether it actually helps or not, I don't know. You guys can let me know that in the comments below. And then obviously we have the battering ram. Now the battering ram used to be a lot more useful many years ago, because there was no way to enter a wanted person's house without a battering ram if their doors were locked. You could use the battering ram and it would unlock the door for you basically. But since then, they've added the ability to smash windows. So what we need to do is shoot at some glass. I don't know if this one will work. If we shoot at this glass, no, it doesn't. But sometimes you can shoot at glass and it will smash in most areas. So you can just smash the windows of a wanted person's house, and jumping through the windows kind of makes the battering ram a little bit useless. So maybe they can do something to rework the battering ram as well. That would be really, really awesome. But yeah, I think for the 750 Robux they're charging for the SWAT Game Pass, they could at least have a few more features that make it a little bit more exclusive and give people more of a reason to purchase it. Though they did say the reason the Game Pass is so expensive when it came out, they said, is because they don't want everyone riding around in the SWAT Bearcat, which does make sense. If it was 200 Robux, pretty much every police officer would have it, and every police officer driving around in a SWAT truck maybe isn't the best idea. And just quickly, they could also add some other SWAT vehicles, like they have the SWAT liveries on some of the vehicles, but maybe they could add some newer ones, which would be really, really cool. And maybe a slightly armored vehicle that isn't a SWAT truck. Just maybe they could add a SWAT accessory, like where you can change the tires on your vehicle in the vehicle customization to like bulletproof tires or something on any police car. That would be a really, really cool idea and a very good suggestion as well. So yeah, maybe that's a cool idea that they can do. But everybody, thank you so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments on all of this. That is all for this video. Drop a like, subscribe if you enjoyed, and yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.